putting us on air. Let me see if this works.
On there, you mean on YouTube?
Live, yeah. Let's see. Pack's still playing the game, which he's probably gotten to like 5 battles now at this point.
Which game is he playing? DQ11?
Yeah.
11? Okay. Is that like a standalone game, or is it one of those MMO type games?
That's a standalone. The MMO is 10, but for some reason they never dropped 10 on the Western market.
Sure.
Okay, let me get that out. There's the link for you.
Do I need to? Oh, I should click on this so I can see comments, right? But I need to
Correct, so
mute.
you can learn how to read.
So I need to. Oh my gosh. Okay, so mute. Pop out. How do I get this so I can see your? I need to go to YouTube somehow. Am I muted? Can you still hear me?
Oh, I can totally still hear you. You're good.
All right, I need to. Thing is wild, right? I need to pop it back out again, I guess.
I know there's like a different chat function and other things you could do.
I already lost a freaking button. Oh my gosh. Where? So confused. Where was the button? Oh, dumb. Watch on YouTube. There we go.
Yeah, because there's the app. You should be able to see the chat and all that other fun stuff.
Watch on YouTube.
And that was a hell of an echo.
All right, I muted the YouTube video. That was my problem. It was feeding back. So, let me. The feedback is too slow between the Discord and the YouTube, so I'm trying to move the camera. All right, so I have to move it the other way.
All right, I'm getting the shirt out one more spot.
What is up with this camera? Why are you not pointing my face?
I'll fix it for you.
All right, in that case, I'll just center it, then you can fix it. Does anyone want to place bets? Duran Man says, place bets on what?
Yeah, what type of bets, Duran? Okay, let me fix Peter's video here.
Oh, about how much we've spent. Oh, gotcha. Okay. We should place bets on how much money Duran Man has socked away for emergencies. Yeah, there we go.
There we go, much better. Okay. So I didn't bother doing the graphs because I ended up seeing that when I was looking things over, I had spent money in other fucking games, so that just made the process more convoluted. I was like, oh, literally 1 month. I gotta look this up because it was depressing. I think I'd rather go, if I had to go one route, I'd rather just spend in one game.
Yeah, no, this is the only game I've really spent money on. I mean, other than like random one-offs, games in the Apple Store, like Balloons, Tower Defense.
Because like you haven't spent on any other games, that makes this a lot easier at least.
No, yeah, the information I sent you is just for this game. The passport is separate from the gems, so
right, that's a given. I mean, that's
yeah,
yeah.
But that's why when I divided my amounts by the price of an F pack, I just rounded down. The the actual amounts made me look like a sociopath, so that's why I put it up there as F packs instead of actual dollar amounts.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was like, holy cow, that's a lot more than I thought. So, maybe I'll be not pulling as much.
So then, just to give you an idea, back in when I started playing Snap, I like did next to nothing because I was like, oh wait, I haven't spent much on DQT this month. This is great. It's like, oh, I dropped several $100s in Marvel Snap that month. Yeah, I dropped. I mean, it's not super crazy compared to you, but I did $4.99 in fucking DQT in December of 2022, and then, well, I did $262.92 in Marvel Snap. So it went from one game to another, and that happens a lot. Like there was Octopath Traveler, put a couple hundred in there. I only did about 100 in the Die game at least, so I phased out of that early, thank God. But that game died, literally died like a year after.
I wouldn't know. I'm too scared to even look at other games because you just said December, and I just looked at that month, and that was 27 F packs. Do not ask me for the dollar amount.
So yeah, just to give you guys an idea, Peter has gone through like on a high month. He did back in this October of 2022, 36 F packs. 36 F packs.
That was my birthday month. I was like, oh, I'll splurge. It was more than splurging. I did not realize how much I splurged in October.
Now, would you say that this number you gave me is probably on track for what happened the previous year too? Like before,
Okay, so this goes back to August 2022, the numbers I gave you. When did Duel come out? That was winter of 22 or 21?
Maybe 21. Shit, I have to look now.
Because, like I told you, Duel was the first banner I actually whaled on, meaning I used paid gems as free gems, basically, to pull in a banner. And then after that, I was like, well, I've already jumped down this rabbit hole, so game over. But it definitely ramped up from there. You can see from the numbers I sent you, which I assume we'll talk about a little bit later, but it's probably been averaging like 20, 25 per month.
Oh, it was rough. I'm like, I have an idea of what you make for your salary because, well, Marco doxed you. So it's like, oh, he's got wiggle room. He's got money to play with here. Plus, you have the side hustle on top of that.
It's not even that I make that much. It's just that I don't have kids. Like, I do not envy people with families who are trying to play this game. Like, I don't have anything to spend my money on, so it's like, whatever.
Well, yeah, because Installation's got, like, kids and everything, and he went and tallied his amount. He didn't say the exact amount, but, like, his entire spending was probably a little over what you did in the year. So maybe
I think most of the whales in the top 20, if not even deeper than that, spend more than me. I just used your technology from your very first video about how to become #1 DQT. Wink, wink.
There you go. I had to use that recently. I padded my score by like 60K doing that.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it's not even about, like, if you look at my box, I have so many units that are not maxed. Like, Artea posted that video a few months ago where literally his entire box was max awake. And mine is definitely not that at all.
Jesus Christ.
I just cheated. So my spending is actually less than most other people in the top 20 by a pretty large margin. Yeah, so like my July spending, I told you 12 F packs. I asked Artea, and he didn't want to reveal to me like his past 12 months, but he said that in July he bought 18 F packs. So I think it's fair to assume that he buys approximately 50% more than I do every month on average.
So if we were actually let's play with that. So let's take your numbers here. So I've got August was only 5 for this month, but it isn't even a full month.
Yeah, but that's because it's only August 12. As soon as was it Toga is next? I forget who's next, but as soon as if it is Toga, I think I want to get at least 3 awake on that because I want both the Breath and Martial up. So if it's Toga or Toga and Darkonium, I both want. So if one of those two come out, I'm going to be blowing fat stacks, and my August numbers will skyrocket.
Okay, so let's say, because you're at 277 F packs for the year, let's do 1.5
Yeah.
times for Artea. That
So
puts him
around
at
400.
416. Let's say he did 416 for the year.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Artea would have dropped about 33 grand on the game.
In 1 year,
In
I think
one year,
that's fair.
if he went that amount, which he could have. I mean, the problem is there's fluctuations. You've had banners where you've hit and gotten lucky. I've had banners where I walked away with units and I only dropped like $300. You know.
Yeah, I mean, December and January were especially rough because we had Erdrick, we had Zenland, we had the holiday value banners, and we had Joker, which was like 4 banners in one. So you're like, well, I have to pull and max them all out because you get 4 in one banner, right? So they really screwed you on that banner by teasing you. I know even like Mystic pulled hard on Joker just because he wanted those units. And then Wildcard, which everyone thought Wildcard was going to be good, but yeah, she turned out to be trash. So December and January turned out to be rough months and really expensive.
See, I ended up having to skip Joker. I only got the one unit because I did one paid banner to get the guaranteed. If you look at my box, I didn't get snapped. I didn't get any of those guys, but I have a Max Zenlon. I have a Max Jamirez, so you know. But
yeah, those are good.
Yeah, you have to pick and choose your battles, especially if you don't want to go bankrupt.
Yeah, the Joker units actually turned out to be good. I still use Wolfspade Ace. He's really good. Obviously, Hawkheart Ace is amazing. The Monkey is cute but useless. And what was in Diamagon? I know people say he's like the best and 2 killer, but
Yeah.
He was good. I don't know if you watched my video for the 8-man battle, the last one where I was number 1, but he was good in that. But just for tension, honestly. But otherwise, I don't use them very much. But they were pretty good units, though.
So you'd say overall, I mean, have you actually ever gotten top 10?
Top 10 in what?
In RTA.
Yeah. The very first time it came out, I hit number 2 or 3. I would have to search main chord for my name and includes image to see. But the first couple weeks when it first came out, and it was not 3 windows at 3 hours each at that time, I was playing like way too much and neglecting my job, and I got to number 2 or number 3. But I hate RTA. Like once they switched it up to 9 hours a day, you can't compete with the auto whales if you're manual.
No, I lost I got cranky when I did it. I mean, at least I played and I got the fucking title. That's the only thing I cared about, was having a top 10 title. You and Aces both got fucked on that because they didn't have the accolades then.
Yeah, exactly. Like I did in the first month, just to be like, hey, look at me, I got top 3 or whatever. And now it's like I don't have an auto clicker, which I kind of like that I don't have that because it gives me a moral high ground. I can pretend to be superior to all these auto cheaters, even though most likely if I did have Android or was using a computer, I probably would, because I hate RTA so much. And if I could just ignore it and just have it happen off to the side, I probably would do that. So I can't really claim moral high ground in that. But yesterday, so I'll farm accolades for 2 weeks in like Diamond, and then I'll go to Legend, and I'll take 2 weeks off. And yesterday I climbed to Legend. I farmed install 4 times. Because he was autoing. So I got 4
given
times.
What we know, let's say Dolmegas did come out in winter of 21, and you've done about, for this last year, you did about 22,000 overall. So.
Oh my God! Don't give me the numbers. I don't want to know.
So I've got you clocked at, for the year, $22,157 for the year. That's where I had you clocked in. Now, do you think you would have mirrored that for the previous year, or would that have been higher or lower?
Like I need to. Okay, hold on. Let me sort my S units by obtained and see what we got. And I'll try to give you an indication. I just need to get my phone open here. Because like I told you, January and December were expensive because of Airdrix, Zenlon, Joker, and all the value banners we got around then. I do not remember what units we had before that.
Don't worry, install these. This is only Peter's number for the year. He's got you beat. You don't have to be that depressed.
Hey, installation, if you're watching, thank you for autoing yesterday. It gave me a lot of free points. Let's see. Okay, so party list sword S obtained. All right, so let me scroll down here. So yeah, all my Joker units are max awake now. Omega, Phoenix. Yeah, I forgot about those guys. Wait, that wasn't even. Oh, so I said Joker, but what I really meant was FF. FF was in January, correct?
I think so because FF and JP was what, September, so October, November, December.
So that's why. So yeah, those all that whole period of time between Joker and FF was rough.
And then on top of that, you had helped give some of your guildies some extra money too. So I mean, we could add extra 500, 1,000.
Compared to what I spend on myself,
it's still
nothing. It's nothing. Let's see. Okay, Summer Fee and Jessica. Those came out in December, right?
I think so.
Summer Seraphine and Summer Jessica.
I feel like December of last year. I mean.
So yeah, and I maxed both of those.
See if that's still up.
Those are great. Zenlon, Airdrix. So that was a rough month. Sage, I got lucky on. I did not want to pull on Sage, but I got her to 4 awake on her banner, and now she's max +3, which is weird. Jamiris is maxed. I don't know when he came out. I did not pull on Duran when he came out, but now mine is maxed. But back then, he was really low awake. Bones of Baramos, I don't remember if he was a banner unit or what, but he's still awake 0 for me. Murdaugh, I did not pull hard on. Mauled, I did max. Let's see. What's this guy's name? Nulgel, I did not pull on. Oh, the two Anns I did pull on. EKM I did not pull on. What's this guy's name? King Godwin I did not pull on. And this guy Corvus I did not pull on. Like all these units I'm listing are now high awake due to value banners, but at the time I would pull like 1 or 2 copies.
Right, because otherwise you would have had like High Awakening Plus on them at that point because of the runoff.
FAC I for sure pulled on. Barbados, no. Grey Gnarl, yes. Diamond Slime, obviously. Sagittar, I got stupid lucky on. I maxed Sagittar in less than 1 stamp card, just by blind luck. Young Terry, obviously. Mord, no. Human Sorrow, or as I call it, Ugly Sorrow.
So obviously your luck and let's say somebody who says they got lucky are 2 different things at that point, because we all know when somebody says they got lucky, that's like still several $100s to them.
Santa Elena, I pulled to max. Obviously, I think Santa Elena was the first unit where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like a real whale." Because now that I'm looking back, I feel like most of these units I did not pull on, like Dora, Halloween Dora, whatever. No, but Santa Elena, I was like, "Oh, I need her. I'm going to spend lots of money on her." So I feel like this past year is by far more expensive than the previous year. Because looking back through these, other than like Diamond Slime, Sorrow, Santa Elena, I did not whale on too many of these.
The best we can do, Pen, is give you an idea. Like, I'm going to put in the chat what Peter's spending pattern was in F-Packs, but like to sit there and like try and figure out how much for each banner, hell, half of us don't even know what the fuck we spent on this game until we actually sat down and looked.
Yeah, I would say the previous year was half, if not less than half, of what I've spent the past year. Like my last year was insane. The summer units, Airdrick and all the other Annie units, FF, Joker, like all those are massive money sinks. But before that, other like Santa Elena, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna pull on her no matter what. And like Sorrow, obviously was a must-have. So I don't feel like I didn't really pull that hard. on any of those. And just looking through them, like the only reason they have high wakes now is due to value banners. So like Eric, my Eric now is maxed and I love him, but back then I pulled like I think it was 0 wake on his banner. OKM, UKM, all the killing machines I did not pull on. My young Veronica at the time was maybe like 2 awake. She's maxed +3 now, but back then I did not pull hard on her. So yeah. My Gildiga, I wished I pulled him because he's actually useful, but I did not.
Yeah, you never know what's going to actually be good in the long run. Plus, what's
Exactly,
going to get a good
yeah.
blossom either now.
He turned out to be super useful against dragons and stuff. Anything else stun weak, and mine is such trash. I was using him at Wake 0 in GVG.
And like, just to go back and look, because I can only go back to May of 2021, I knew I spent. I'm going to add like an extra 1,200 for that first 6 months of the game. I don't think it was 1,200, but I'm going to highball it because I just know I was in like competitive nature. I was pulling on stupid shit. I pulled on fucking Dread Dragon. I didn't care. I pulled on Dread Dragon and maxed him.
That was the early days. I started 3 months in, so I missed that whole beginner like new game thing. You know, by the time I started the game, people were already playing, and I was a brand new player, and I was like, well, I'm already behind. I'm just going to play this game for giggles. So I was FTP for the first 3 to 4 months, and I bought Passport and like the metal card around the 3 brides, and I started doing paid pulls, I don't know, 2 or 3 months after that. I know I did a paid pull on Barbados, so I think I started that fall, that first year, sometime I started doing paid pulls. And then I got super lucky on Nocturnus. I had no plans of whaling at that time. And I just got stupidly lucky on Nocturnus, and I had a maxed in like 8 pulls, including the paid in tickets. But Duel was the first unit I whaled on because like he was the first dodge unit. You had to have him. So I was like, I need to max this guy.
I actually skipped him.
I actually had a lot of gems. I actually had a lot of gems saved up for Duel. I had like over 90k gems. But my pull luck was so bad on him. I was like, all right, I'm just going to max him. I'll just buy some gems and max him. And then Santa Elena and then Sorrow. So it was like I wasn't like whaling super hard at the time. I was whaling on banners I either really liked, like Elena, or banners that everyone was like, this is a must-have. You must have this unit, like Sorrow. And then I think really the past year that I've sent you the numbers is when it got really bad because we had Summer Seraphy, who's amazing, Summer Jessica, who's amazing, Erdrick, who's a must-have, Zenon, who's amazing. The FF and Joker units were just pure bait, like, oh, you're only going to see these once, you have to pull or you'll never see them again, kind of like the die units, you know?
Which came back around anyway.
But yeah, and those...
Because you went with a different strategy. You just went for pure... $80 a pop, whereas I had a budget and stuff to play with, so it would be like I would do like here. I'll just give you May's example because I've got the calculator here. So let me just throw these numbers in. So it was like $4.99, and then I did another $4.99, and then I did another $4.99. We're already at 3 transactions. Then I did a $79.99. Then I did another. Next thing you know, it's like, oh, I did another 2 of these. And it's like, wow. And then after everything's said and done, we ended up at 119.93, not counting the passport.
Yeah, that's why I don't bother with anything less than because I know myself. I'm going to need the gems, and like I just buy the F pack. Even if I only need 3k gems for something, I'm like I'm going to buy an F pack. I'm going to need it for refreshes anyways. Like I know that I'm off the deep end. It's game over for me. I might as well just get the F pack and save a couple bucks or whatever. I
mean, thank God I did start budgeting because June I didn't spend. I think I held back in June 2021, and I consolidated all that into July because July I did 374 and 93. I did a ton of $80, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 F packs. $39.99, a $9.99, and a $4.99. So I don't remember what the hell came out back then. I couldn't tell you, but I went through. I mean, I blew 374 that month.
Right. Yeah.
And
no, it's crazy.
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even tell you what the hell. Oh, actually, was that? Was that Nocturnus or was that Human Sorrow at that point? I don't even. Where's that S-Dark? Shit, because that was.
Nocturnus,
Nocturnus
Nocturnus,
was 1 year, right?
yeah, he was January of 22, right?
Okay,
Like a
so it
year ago.
wasn't him. So then that would have been January, February, March, April, May, June. That would have been S-Dark. I dropped like 300 something dollars on S-Dark and I got him to Awaken 4. And now he's going to be useful again in 3 months. So, and then I'll do the paid
Yeah,
banner I'll have to
lucky
spend to
you.
get him done. So.
My S-Stark is only awake 3, I think. Like when he first came out, I was still not spending, so I got him to like maybe 1 awake. He's 3 now through value, but my box is weird because if you scroll back, like my brides are still not maxed. My Bianca's 4, my what's her name, Nera is 4. Like a lot of my older banner units are not maxed because I wasn't spending. My Malroth is only 4. So it's like unless I get lucky on value banners, you can scroll through my box and be like, why are all of these older banner units in this box trash?
Yeah, let me pull mine up and look at my box now while we're doing this too, because I'm very curious. Because I know some
Yeah.
stuff I hit on and some stuff I didn't.
And now I'm trying really hard to resist the temptation to pull on everything. So my Valeria is only awake 1. My Davi something
The
is
new
only
one, the
awake 1.
Confusion Breath one.
I really actually want him because he's like mauled on steroids, and I just resisted. I had to resist. So Davi Yaga, he's at awake 1. I'm gonna try really hard not to pull hard on anything until like DQ5. I mean, I sent you the numbers. My July was only 12 F packs. My June was 19, and my May is 27. So you can see I've managed to get on a downward track the last couple months. So we'll see. We'll see if I can maintain it or if I break down again.
I mean, if you were smart, you would just kind of try and budget yourself.
I mean, it helps that the game has gotten so annoying.
That would be, well, if you could budget and you could just like avoid certain units and not have to worry. Because do you really care about CP rank anymore?
I keep telling Artea to pass me, and he hasn't yet. He's like, I'm farming TP. I'm like, oh my god. Just pass me so I can stop giving a shit. Although I did just buy, but I did just teach a bunch of scrolls earlier, like an hour ago.
Okay, so you still care. All right, good to know. Good to know.
That's the thing, is like I'm gonna care as long as I'm number 1, but when he passes, like he can so easily pass me because obviously he has much higher CP in the units. So if he uses the Kage 1.0 strat for CP, he will. He told me that he thinks he can pass me by like 10 grand, and I believe him.
Oh, I fucking believe him. I mean, just
Yeah.
going through. Let's see. I had Santa Elena, Human Sorrows 4.
Your Santa Elena's 0? That's so sad. She's actually really good.
Yeah, and I couldn't bother to shard her because every time I was getting ready to, a new hero came out. And I had to shard Erdrick, had to shard fucking Solo, had to shard Die 2 because I had Die 2 at 4 Awaken. I'm not gonna. He's good for PvP and PvE, so it's like I need him.
Die 2 is amazing.
But you could tell where my spending dropped off. I have a Dread Dragon Max. He's got +6 Awakens. I've got Paramos with +3.
+7. It's so sad.
Yeah, it's like I pulled and got a lot of the basic banner units. I mean, some of these I still don't. Oh God, Emperor Slime. He's gonna sit at S7 forever. But
yeah, I've sharded 6 heroes. Bianca, Ash, the original Ashlyn, Santa Elena. Oh, I did shard her. I thought I pulled her to max. Erdrick, Solo, and 2. So all the major heroes I sharded in order to save myself several pulls.
And then hell, I mean, I just recently got CGM Max Awakened. I got him done on.
He's still good. He's still good
on the 50 Scout. Which if you actually played this game and you skip the 50 Scout and you get a good pull, you're an idiot. Like the amount of money we spend on this game for them to give you a definitive good pull or a good buy for $30, fucking take it. Just fucking take it on the 50 Scout.
Yeah, I only got Awakens on 2 units, and I still paid for it on the 50
Because
Scout.
you were gonna do that anyway, but it's a good value. Right. It's like and then Angelo's going to get a blossoming soon, so I may end up blossoming or awakening Angelo just to get him a fifth if he's good. I don't know if his blossoming's good, but that's tempting right there because again he's four awaken.
Yeah. Oh, your Terry is this. Terry, I don't know if you know this, but Terry was the last unit I pulled that I was missing.
Nice. I am missing a ton of. I mean, I'll show you what I'm missing too. It's sad.
Yeah, I pulled Terry on the banner unit. I mean, it's like 8 months ago now, but he was my last S unit that was missing in my box.
And then, like I said, I
Now he's
didn't
wave
get any
3.
of the Joker units except for that one paid, so I'm missing.
Are you missing Princess Slime? What the? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, because you didn't pull on Giuliante. Okay.
No, I didn't pull on Giuliante. I couldn't. The only way I managed to survive was to figure out what I wanted to go for. I wanted Vern. I got Vern maxed. I wanted Solo. I got Solo maxed.
No, that's smart. You budgeted. Yeah, I can't do that. Oh, no, Halloween Veronica.
Yeah, no.
I actually like Halloween Veronica. She's so silly and weird.
I didn't get her. I mean, I'm missing Barbados as well, which Dragon I would like him. Never got D Baron. Could have used him. I mean,
you don't have Die 1. That's wild.
Yeah, I don't have Die 1, but I have Die 2 maxed.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're missing Lawson. That's really shameful.
Yeah, I know. I still can't believe they didn't put him in the game. Those pieces of shit.
Right, I gotta quit this stream if you don't have Lawson in your box. Come on, man.
Well, let's just look at this here real quick. This is an exclusive unit to JP. They translated this motherfucker. They got his abilities in English and everything, and we'll never see him. And it's just shit like that pisses me off. Well, like, why go to that effort? Peter, can you give them more money so they release Lawson? Fuck.
Or like a signature Malcolm unit. I'd like Malcolm in the game. Just have a Lawson rebrand that's just named Malcolm.
Sure, let's just call it the Malcolm unit. Fuck.
What's the other guy who showed up for like one day and said hi and has never... Dan. Did he get
fired?
He dropped 2 messages and vanished. Like... So weird.
But yeah, overall, I've spent, I want to say, I'll give you the numbers and we're going to also, I'll go over my numbers here because I was able to go back all the way until May of 2021 with card statements and everything and Apple and all that fun stuff. So I'll add up my numbers here.
Why did Dapper Pickles say WTF? He tagged me. I've been lazy on the chat here.
I worry about Dapper.
Is he surprised I'm in your stream?
Probably not. I mean, I think he's surprised you're white.
Oh, yeah, right.
So let's see. May we did 119. May was easy of 2021. June we didn't do anything, but then I carried that over, and I guess I pulled heavy on S-Dark. I couldn't tell you. And then August I did 449.93. And these are all death by 1,000 cuts. There's a lot of transactions here.
Hey, Guinevere. And Duran Man said high double penetration for some reason.
That's weird. That's 119.
Yeah, he said high DP, so I assume that's what he meant.
Oh, hold on. Let me redo this. Took off my plus. So let me put this in. 119.
What else do people say?
Plus 3.
Baba Yaga.
74.90.
True, DQ5 will be intense. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm hoping we'll hit end of service before DQ5.
I mean, Champions will come out and probably...
Yeah, that's my dream is end of service, honestly.
And I don't think that's going
to... I can retire from gaming. Are you muted? I see your mouth moving.
It's not going to kill the game. It won't.
No, you're fine.
Champions won't be out until around that time. So now, some of these small amounts I'm doing, though, here's the thing. Like, I'm putting in for October $29.97. That's all I spent on DQT. Well, I dropped another $121 on fucking Die. I put other money into other games. Here I only did 43.
That's your mistake. Spending in other games.
Well, I even told people it's like, oh, okay, don't play 2 gachas at once. And what did I do? I played 2 gachas at once.
Yeah, this is the only gacha I've ever played, and this will probably be the last. Like, I don't know, this is my one life experience in gachas, and once this game ends, I'll be done. I'll live the rest of my life. and maybe lose some weight and go on vacation.
So just to give you an idea, just for the 6 months between May until January of 2021, I did 1121. But I know I did about maybe, I'm going to say 1200. I did an extra 1200 from the start of the game until then. So that was like my high point year because there was no budget in place. I went crazy. I did get some of that money back because another game I was playing was like triple charging. So I got back like, I think I got close to like $1,000 back. So I literally,
Wow.
I technically made out pretty fucking well. But they still made fucking money off me at the end. It didn't, they're
Right.
like, well, why didn't they ban you? Because they got the money back, and then they got more money back. They would have got nothing out of me if they banned me. I would have moved on and played something else. So we're already
Right.
at 2,300 here. So let me keep going. So let's go for. Let me get to the 2022 year, and we'll add to that. So January was slow. I only did 54.95. February was really slow. I only did 598. I did a $4 pack and a $1 pack, and I don't know why I only did less than $6, and I didn't spend on anything in March of 2022. But then April comes around, and we're already back to fucking around. I'm already at another 150 right there. May of that year, that's another 190. June of 2022, I was that Nocturnus? That might have been. No, that wasn't Nocturnus. That was 1.5. That was, I think, Human Sorrow.
Yeah.
So
Human
that
Sorrow
was 243, and then July was another 193. So we're already up to $3,000. August I only did $23.99, but then on the side I did $214 in Octopath Traveler. So again,
Yeah.
I put more money into other games, which I kind of wish I would have just put it into this one because I'm still playing this one. I'm not playing the other one. Game's dead, and the other one it's dead to me. So October did 213. November I did 230.92, and then December of 2022 I only did 499, and this is where I start ramping up though, because January comes around, and I think that's at that point that's the 2 year, and that's where solo comes into play. I think somewhere around there. So that was 250, and then February was another. We did a 163.95. Oh, that's right. In December, I put like $200 towards Marvel Snap.
Oops.
Yeah, so there was that. March, I didn't put March of this year. I only did 14.98. So I didn't do much. For
Wait,
March.
is Rayman married? Rayman has a wife? What the F?
I don't think he's married, to be honest. He doesn't even have a safety fund. April came around. What was April solo then? Because I put 490, and I think April was solo.
Yeah, he came out a little early.
Yeah,
they always jump in
because
early
I
on
was starting to like just do that thing where I don't spend a lot of money on any games. I was just like socking away, knowing a unit was coming, and then I just attacked and threw a lot of money in at once. So we dropped 490 there. So we're up to 4,600. May came around. I only did 49 or 24.97 in May of this year. And then June came around. We did 95.96. Now July is where the die banners came in, and that's where I dropped another $348.
Only? Oh my gosh.
Well, I got lucky on the banners. I got lucky on Vern.
I did not
I
get
got lucky on
that.
Die too, because $348.94. I literally got 2 of the exclusive Spotlight banner units. I mean, we could look at it right here. I shit you not.
I dropped over
of
60k gems on Die 2, and that's not counting the paid.
Well, yeah, no. I'm looking at what you had to spend to get your units up. Look, there's Die 2. He's maxed. There's Vern. He's maxed. That's crazy.
Yeah, Die 2,
and that's
Die 2 is so bad for me.
the only thing I threw in there was for this month was, or that month was 348, and I haven't put anything in for August yet because I don't get paid for a couple of days, and I'm waiting for the Toga banner.
So
Which,
what's your total? The numbers you're calculating is for
okay,
all time, correct?
correct. That's for everything I have spent on this game for the most
All right.
part.
Give me your total because I want to see what I spent the past year compared to what you spent about. Okay, I have spent almost 5 times what you have in all time in just the past year.
And then we have to add. We do need to add the. Let's see, 30 months of so 150 because there's passport. So 30.
I don't even count Passport. I've been doing Passport for over 2 years.
So
I don't
yeah.
even count that.
Now this is also. I got some of this money back from viewership. You know, people have given me some money to do polls and stuff. You know,
Oh, look
again,
at you.
so technically, this is probably closer to like 3,500, but I want people to see the full fucking amount because not everybody's gonna have people to pay their way or get some stupid luck and get some shit back. Like this
I
is
even
$5,000 right here.
I bought the server for the new database. I don't know if you know this yet. You know Voice's database, right? But he's not playing anymore, and he's very slow in updates. We have a new database that is me and Artea. I say me and Artea, but Artea is doing 99.85% of the work.
Good.
I,
He should.
I bought the server and the domain address, and I do some of the style sheets, but he's doing 99% of the work.
So you bought the server for like $5,000.
No, well, it's a yearly thing. It's like $200 a year or something like that. It's
That's not
expensive.
bad. And you can't say that's expensive after you drop 80 a pop on this fucking game, Peter.
Yeah, I just dropped in the chat. I don't know if this is a good idea. It's like mostly functional now. I actually haven't like really fine tuned the style sheets yet because I was letting Artea do all the database work first. Because first of all, it's a Linux server, which I don't know jack shit about Linux because I'm stupid, and it's all Python, and I don't know jack shit about Python either. So I'm like, he's doing everything, and I'm just like taking credit for it.
Seeing you drop 500 on Solo has me realize. Well, this is the problem with the game. You don't know what you're gonna end up spending on it. You don't know if you're gonna be doing, you know, several $100s on a unit. I tell people don't go into this shit half cocked. If you want something, you save up for it. I mean, I literally have. I'm pretty sure I have enough for a meeting ticket here. So, I've got a ticket ready to go, and I've got. Pretty sure I also have shards ready to go. Let me double check.
What are you planning on meeting ticketing?
Toga.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna use Toga. It's like I'm definitely gonna use her. So I've got enough shards for when Toga comes out, so I can instantly get Toga, instantly shard it, and if I want to push her to 3 or 5, I've got a good shot.
Yeah, I only ever use meeting tickets to add awakenings to something I've already pulled on. Yeah, so I've used meeting tickets on Solo, Zenlon, Maluminary, and Jump Slime, apparently.
I never
So,
I never really saved up for tickets before. This is the first time I've actually not spent the damn tokens and saved. But in terms of shards, what have I sharded in the Dark Lords category?
did you collect your, what are they called? The shards from the Thornton shop?
Oh, I got most of them. I still have to do another round. Let me see how we're doing on that. But you can see
Yeah,
here, I
got
sharded
2,000.
everybody. I sharded Cactor, Dragon Lord, Estark, Nocturnus, Hadler, Sorrow. We've gone through quite a few.
Oh, so you were sharding way back in the day.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
That's funny.
No, I was.
I can't believe you sharded DL.
Yeah, it was a waste. And then for heroes, I sharded
It was
Elena
good
for some
for 2
reason.
seconds.
I sharded Jessica. I don't know why. Young Terry makes sense. Young Terry, Erdrick, Solo, and Die, those all make sense for shards. I don't know why I did Elena. That makes no sense at all.
Elena? Well, she was, I don't know, she was
I mean,
good.
she was good at one point, but Jesus, I could have saved those. Did I shard
I mean,
Jamirus? Let me see.
She's still good with her Blossom on PvE if you want to cheese with crits.
I did shard Jamirus. Okay. Which He's Awakened Plus now, so I mean I get extra agility on him. But let's see. Let me take a look at the
Did I?
Thornton shop.
I gotta check my Chimeras. I don't remember if I sharded him or not. Awakening material. Nope, that's not where I want to go.
So I've got
No.
almost all the hero fragments out of the shop. I got some more runs I need to do.
Oh, Chimeras is the only unit I ever sharded in nature.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, the other one's what, Grakios, and he's useless. But just to give you guys an idea, I mean, I've dropped over $5,000 since playing this 2.5 years. Peter dropped 22K in a fucking year on this game. Artea's dropped at least 30K a year in this game. Artea might actually be close to six figures. He might actually be close to it if he hasn't hit it.
Yeah, he may be. I know when I first started spending after a few months, I had reached like around $3,000, I guess, to me, and I was like, "Oh, how much have you spent?" He's like, "Over 5 digits," and this was like well over a year ago. I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, Artea actually has his box open right now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's look at this real quick.
Yeah, we all have our box open until I get, except maybe Sprague's. I don't remember. Yeah,
loading.
he doesn't have everything maxed now, but they're all pretty high awake now.
It's thinking. This is going to be scary.
It may actually crash your game. I think Putty said that Artea's box crashed his game yesterday.
Oh, well, we're going to find out. If it does, probably because he's put too much money into his account.
Yep. He actually told me he's going to try to spend less, which for me that means 0-1 awake. For him, that means like only 3 awake. I don't know.
He's going to spend less on the game. Hey, Duran, while we have you here, instead of spending money on these games, I want you to take like $150 of your paycheck and put it into like a high yield savings account or something. Okay? Can you do that for me, Duran? Can you do that? Because I don't know if Peter wants to admit, but Peter is actually an adult when it comes to savings.
No, yeah, I've got my work retirement. It's not a 401k, but it's basically like that. I've got a BlackRock account that I automatically drop money into. I've actually automatically buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every month just in case it doesn't turn to shit. And I've got a couple other things, so I kind of try to diversify. And it's all automatic because I'm a lazy sack of shit. I'm never going to remember to invest, so it's all automated every month.
Get loaded. Jesus Christ. He's got Die Max, Solo Max, and Lucia, Erdrick. I mean,
yeah, obviously.
Zoma's obvious, yeah. Let's just
like the new units are low CP, so you'd have to scroll to look at like Daviaga and Valeria to find them.
I'm gonna keep going down here. Let's see. He's got Star Ashlyn maxed. I mean, nobody cared about Star Ashlyn.
Yeah,
Valeria's a new unit. He's got her maxed. Astaroth's maxed.
Oh my God, is she actually maxed? Holy shit!
Yes, he's not slowed down on spending. Don't let him fool you. I think he really could beat you by 10K. Just looking at this, like.
Yeah,
he's got Vern. Vern's maxed here. He's got Murdow maxed. Nelgil. Holy shit.
I don't actually look at his box because 1, it makes me feel bad, and 2, it usually crushes my game.
Omega's maxed. He's got S-Stark. S-Stark is max awaken +8.
Yeah, that's value banner.
Holy fuck. That's fucking great, though. But, I mean, Jesus. He's got the new Mystical Giuliante max, Duran.
My Giuliante's max too.
Yeah,
Duran's max for me. My Duran actually is more awakenings than his, come to think of it.
That's kind of funny. I think my Duran's 4 awakened. He got the new Mom maxed awakened. He's got he only has the new Davi to 3 awakened. So for the new Davi unit,
so that's how he's saving money. He's only going to 3.
He's only going to 3 on this one unit. Like, the other 50 we looked at on Artea's box, they're all max awakened. He's got that one to 3. Barbados.
So only on the last banner he decided to not max. That's so funny.
It's looking that way, Chief. I mean, I'm just keep going down the list here. Holy fuck. I mean, yeah, if he really wanted to pass you, he's got the capability.
I think all of his units, I'm pretty sure, are rank 8. I remember I posted that video of all my units being rank 8, and I was like, hey, check this out. He's like, yeah, I did a week ago. I'm like, oh my God, I hate you so much right now. I don't think he has them all leveled because he told me he's farming TP, and I think he's only doing that to be nice to me. Because if he put his max units on his leveling team, he'd pass me even without scrolling them. So it's like,
Oh yeah, no, he's got. I mean, again, just looking through here, the only non-max awakened unit I saw was the new one.
yeah,
Everything else here is done. Like he's
he's even got
basically.
ethereal. He's even got ethereal and Treeville maxed, which mine are only awake 3. Like,
I got Treeville max, but that was well.
yeah, that's when you were doing nature.
Yeah,
Now I
I
stole
was
your
doing
spot.
nature. Well, you could take it.
I think I'm still number 1 in nature. I haven't checked in a
You
while.
might
But
be.
what's his name? Quit the game.
Oh, Nico? Yeah, he gave up on the game. Fuck Nico.
Yeah, Falcon. That guy Falcon is like number 2 or number
Oh
3.
wait, on this A rank, he's only got it to 4 awaken. I think that's the Valeria A rank. So he's got her to 4 awaken. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah. The Halloween Doro ripoff.
Just so I mean, there's only 2 units in here that aren't max awakened. I think everything else. There might be a few more, but I'm just looking through.
How much do you want to bet he's going to max both of those before Daviaga goes away? He's not going to be able to resist. He's going to
No,
see.
he's not.
They're the only units in his box that are not maxed. And on a quiet, sad night when nobody's looking, he's just going to be like, boop, 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 boop. Oops, I got bored.
I mean, he's in a similar situation to you. He's divorced. He's got nothing. I don't know if he makes more money than you. I hope to God he does, because if he makes less and
I've
he's spending
never
more.
been married, and I don't think he has either.
No, he was.
Neither
He said he
divorced.
got divorced.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah, he did.
No, you're thinking of Hex. Hex has never been married.
And never will. Yeah, that was rough. Like, when he was in our guild, I felt compelled to defend him. And I mean, I do sympathize because he's got emotional issues. But now that he's gone, we kicked him and Eris out months ago, and oh my god, thank God! Like, there was one time we beat Zeeth with Hex and Eris in the guild, and it was so hard. It was so fucking hard. Like, he had to go outside of his house. Can I tell this?
Sure,
Is
go
he in
for it.
chat? Whatever.
No.
So he was living with his family. I don't want to share too many details, but he did not really have much of his own private space. He had to literally go outside, and even though he lived down south, it was a very cold night. And the whole time he was bitching, he had poor connection issues, and he was like, if my connection drops one more time, I'm just going to YOLO this match. And we had Mystic in the chat, in the stream, and Putty and Marcos, and everyone was in the stream because we were fighting Zeeth. And that was the month when it was AW, Starfall, Zeeth, and us in the finals. And we were like, we do not want to be 4th place. It has to be all hands on deck. We do not want to be in 4th place. So he was like out in the cold. He's like, oh my God, if my connection drops, I'm just going to YOLO. And it was such a pain in the ass. It was so hard. But anyway, yeah, now they're gone. So now we can talk smack.
Jesus Christ.
Now they're both in Blue Goo, which is really funny.
Well, they don't belong to be in a good guild anyway. Eris is a fucking slacker.
Yeah, I don't really get Eris. Like, I don't know. He was a mod on main course, so I assume at some point he posted a lot, and then he didn't. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, no, after he got kicked out of the guild, he just gave up on the Discord thing. He just stopped caring.
Yeah, no, like, they're both in Blue Goo now, and I remember when, I forget who the leader of Blue Goo is, but he was like, hey, Hex, you can come to our guild. And I actually PM'd that guy. I was like, maybe you don't want him. He's a bit volatile. And the guy's like, okay, and accepted him anyway. I told that guy that he should take Eris instead, and then some other guy left that guild, so then he ended up taking both of them, so whatever.
It's like people are like, why should I listen to Peter? Peter's not going to give me sound advice. He doesn't even know how to manage his finances. I'm going to let this Hex guy in here. Shit.
Yeah, so one of our previous... So I did ask in our Discord how much people had spent, and most people were like, oh, 0, 1. Like, Putty only bought 1 F-Pack, and that was before, like, Graynar on Barbados, because he's a dragon dude. But Yalta, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Yalta Bowles, he was in our guild, and he quit the game. And actually, he just came back, but he's not in our guild. He's just hanging out. But he told me that he dropped $3,500 in the game before he quit, which I had no clue.
I mean, Duran
Like I
says
remember,
he dropped like 2,300 on the game, and he doesn't know what an emergency fund is. So
right? Yeah. So Yalta dropped 3,500. Arteano dropped a ton. Zytera, who has always done really well in the 8-man battles. I don't know if you remember, he got like number 1 or number 2 in the last
he was
battle.
up there, yeah.
Yeah. I asked him and he didn't want to look up all his numbers, but he said just on die 2, he guesstimated that he dropped 10 F packs. So he spends.
Because I mean, let's face it, if you're willing to spend $800 for one event, you could do it again. Like, you could easily throw another 800 in or throw more or less in if you've got the money. Even if you don't have the money, some of these people are fucking doing it. Because look at you. You're not an oil baron. You're not like a Saudi prince, any of that shit, a tech savvy guy. You just have your business on the side. You do your 9 to 5. You're not a millionaire. But you still dropped probably close to 30, 40 grand in this game.
Yeah, I'm just a guy who is not married and doesn't have kids. So my car's paid off. My student loans are paid off. All I have is my mortgages, which is pretty cheap. So
and your utilities, thank God for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like all that's automatically deducted from my account. Like I don't actually sign any checks every month, so it's like.
But then you got people like Kex, or you got people like Piova who, they're with their parents. They've got a rough situation. I mean, Piova, I think he spent like a couple grand on this game, and he was on like SSI. Yeah. Like the dude
I
spent
feel
some
bad
money.
about him.
That was rough. I had to like get him gone. I was like, you can't. I can't have you being around here knowing that you're going to get kicked out of your house because you want to be part of this community and spend money on this game.
Yeah, like I spend too much, but for me, it just means like I could have used the money to pay down my mortgage faster, for example. Like it doesn't hurt me. But for a guy like that, like you said, it's like your entire income that you should be using to like food or maybe going to college.
Or give it to your parents to pay your way because they're, putting a roof over your head or something.
Exactly, and that's a whole different story. Like, and when this game ends, like I'm not gonna ever again spend. Like, I randomly came across this game in the Apple Store because I was looking for Square Enix games, and it seemed cool. But after, like, this is my one gacha experience, one and done. Because I'm a boomer, I don't really play games anymore.
It's basically what Penn's saying. You got to budget correctly, and that's what I've been doing. Like. After, like I said, I dropped probably 1,200 in that 6 months. I never dropped 1,200 in 6 months again. It's got spaced out over the course of the years. Like 2023 for DQT was 1,390. Like that was it. Yeah. Currently we're at 1,390 for the year. That's because of those stupid banners. Plus my budget got up, but the previous year was also like 13. Actually, 2022, I only did 1394 for Dragon Quest. Holy shit. But when I say, okay, there was other shit involved, I spent closer to 2K on mobile games because I did 1964 for everything. So another $500-$600 went to other games.
Right.
Jesus Christ, I could have used that money here.
Yeah, so somebody asked in the chat about like when did you have that conversation with Lady Kage about like your budget and how did that go down? Because I think people want to know.
Oh, like 6 months in, like
give us the tea. Give us the tea.
Okay, so essentially, the card thing happened where they fucked me over hard. There was like several $1,000s worth of credit card debt at that point, and I had to call them up and I had to be like, what the hell is going on? And my wife was like, you need to get this fixed. And I'm like, I agree.
Are we talking about the narrative?
Oh, is she there?
Yeah, she's there.
Tell her I say thanks for making beautiful graphics for this stream.
Yeah, there was stuff going on with the checking account, and then I was like, what's going on? You're like, gee, I don't know, Raggy. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, oh, you're going to start lying now? Is that what we're doing? Oh, fuck no.
Well, it was fair. I didn't know that the other game was hitting us up for several $100s. There was a side game. It was like Lord of Heroes Mobile. And I like look over and I'm like, I throw $4 in here, $9 here. I look over and it's like $4.99 times 15, $9.99 times 15. They were like multiplying the amount I spent exponentially, and I'm over here like, if I spent that money in this game, I'd be #1 right now. What the fuck?
When you really got in trouble or got my wrath was when you didn't pick me up from the airport.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
I get off the plane and he's broadcasting live and he says, "Well, the best way to be able to spend money is to get your wife to play a game too." And I said, "Oh, is that so?" I read the chat. He was like, "Oh shit."
Hey, can we get
He's
a
not picking me up.
can we get a Lady Kage face reveal?
Apparently, it was really high like volume at the time, and I'm like, "I'm just sitting at the airport, ho hum," and he's still broadcasting, and I'm like, "All right, asshole." And he was like, "Oh, hang on, I gotta go make a phone call." He's like, "Should I come get you?" I said, "No, stay the fuck away."
Fuck that up. Yeah.
Can we get a Lady Kage face reveal? Is she drunk? Can we
No,
get
she's
her
not
up?
drunk. She was just topless. You're not getting her out
Oh,
here.
that's fine too. She can duck.
Doing laundry.
She's doing laundry.
Oh, can we get a Lady Kage face reveal?
She thinks you're creepy, so probably not.
Well, I think I'm creepy, so whatever.
I'll give you a cat face reveal. Come here, Cece.
All right, I tried to get my cat on the couch, but she ran away, and my dog is tired.
So this is little Cece, and we got her groomed. She's got her little lion cut, the little tail.
Oh, that's cute. Really cute. I like how you put her hand on her butt.
Well, yeah, that's to keep Booski and Slime Kitty from getting aroused.
No, I was about to say,
Have to censor it out. I still wonder where that rumor came from with Booski, but hold on.
I don't hang out enough on your Discord to know these
I
rumors.
know definitely with Slime Kitty though, that dude's like a pervert for animals.
He for some
was
reason
right.
changed his name to Tsar Peter's Kitty, and I'm like, I do not understand, but that's okay. Oh, hand reveal.
Closest thing to a hand job you're gonna get, Peter.
Story of my life, yeah. Well, thank you for the hand reveal. It was very nice. It was a good hand. Nice palm.
Oh, I'll show you though. Hold on. Let me find the live camera feed. That's the live. Yeah, there you go. She peeks it. There you go, Peter. That's probably the best you're getting. God, it's like she's like a Muslim. It's like you barely got anything, and then she walks away.
I'll take what I can get. It's
I
fine.
know you will. So yeah.
Well, I'll go back to the video and clip the image of her hand and turn it into a meme.
Oh, there you go. That'll give you something to do. But
I put the Ayaya smile on her hand and turn it into an emoji.
so yeah, ultimately I had to talk to the bank. The bank agreed that there was fraud and fuckery. The Dragon Quest tax stuff was all legit, but they were like, "Oh, we're gonna just waive all of this," and I'm like, "Okay." And then they left me with like $800 or something to deal with, or a little less than that.
Well, that's nice.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, paid that down. It was like, yeah, you're going on a budget. Like, all right. So then the budget started at like 100 every paycheck, and then it went up to like, what were we at now? 125. And then I'll do 150 when I get a raise, and that includes everything. That includes like games and stuff.
You doing your allowance?
Yeah, it's all my allowance. I have an allowance.
Well, that's strictly for games. That's not for anything else.
No,
Yes,
it's
I'm
not for
not
Funko
married.
Pops.
For everything else.
Yeah.
That's just games.
Yeah, Kaido was not part of the budget.
I remember when that stupid shit happened. We were in San Diego.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah. We were on vacation when that fucking shit happened. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta fix this or I'm getting killed.
Yeah, that's why I'm not married. Like you're a better man than I, because I would just,
Oh, you would just said
Fine.
fucking went
Nope.
with it and like, oh, I'm gonna go be alone now with my credit card debt. See you later.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to be.
Ooh. No, Pierre. It's a bad way to be. Well, for Duran really should find himself a woman or a man or somebody to take care of him, because
You mean like Pac?
Pat can't even take care of himself. He looks like he came out of a concentration camp.
Ouch!
I mean,
That's harsh.
I don't know. I feel like he's HIV positive.
Oh
Duran
man,
has
that's
packs as aces. And I think Aces has probably spent around what Install spent. I think he's at like 22,000, which isn't bad since I think he's been playing since day one. So he spaced things out. So let's, even if he started at the beginning and he's at, let's say, 21,000. Let's run some numbers. This is really bad for aiming's business for me to be doing this with all these high level spenders.
This is wild because like these guys actually are good at the game, and I suck at this game, and I spend more than them. Feels like I don't know. Maybe I should give my account to somebody who is actually good at the game. Is Lady Kage any good at the game?
She doesn't like playing these types of games. They're stressful.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, he would have averaged about $700 a month if he started towards the beginning, and he spent about 21,000, which that's not bad, because if you put it in perspective and we take, let's say, Artea, who's probably at like, let's just lowball it and say he's at 90,000 right now. Artea would have been dropping about $3,000 a month on this game, which,
yeah, that's fair.
yeah, you're not bad at the game, Peter. You're good with the units you have. You'd be bad if you played the Japanese version, because everybody there has Awaken plus 30 and shit.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine that? Like, Duran's like, I have a really good box in JP. I'm like, Duran, you're top 200 in global. In JP, you don't even fucking exist. Like, Duran, curiosity, what rank is your account in JP on like total CP? Like, you probably
50,000.
Yeah, 50,000, 70,000.
I fought a random Asian guy in RTA a couple days ago, and his M Lucia was max plus 7.
Okay, so Aces is pretty close to install, but he started spending around your time. So let's say about, maybe he's been spending for about 22 months.
Oh, what a coincidence that Aces started spending the same time as me. It's not like we're the same person running 2 alt accounts or anything.
No. Aces is an actual person. He has to hide from the law. So he would have spent about $950 a month on the game, as opposed to $700. Not really make or break. There are around 300 players in JP with almost all units maxed. And by maxed, I'm assuming you mean Awakening plus 30. So, God, that's gotta... Could you imagine, like, if... With Artea's box, he's done maybe 100,000, maybe 90 to 100,000. And he doesn't have everything to Awaken plus 30. But could you imagine just taking that number and... I mean, some of those people probably spent about $1 million in the fucking game. In JP. To max Awaken 30 plus? That's crazy.
That's ridiculous. Like, pulling one unit just to max Awake with no plus is ridiculous.
But to get 30 extra copies.
And it's not like these people are rich. They're like, I get that they're like doctors or engineers or whatever, but still an obscene amount.
I mean, they could be averaging like 20 to 50,000 a month on this game.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Duran, you just don't talk to people because you don't have a safety net. I understand why you don't talk to anybody now. You're afraid.
I think I have heard his voice. I just have a bad memory.
Oh, no. Pen means Awaken plus 30, and because this is JP. I believe him when he says there's like 300 people in JP with everything Awakening plus 30, or at least as many units as possible. Because what's their CP leaderboard look like over there?
Flat out max Awake. That's so easy for JP.
Yeah, because if Peter's at... What's Peter's rank again? Peter's at... Let's take a look here. I actually hit the rank up button. That's funny. Okay, he's at 2.25 mil. So what's JP looking at? Oh, wow. Artea could really pass you pretty easily. He's only 1K behind right now.
Yeah, but I just taught a bunch of scrolls a couple hours ago. So
yeah, that's right, because you need to preserve that.
He is going to need another extra 1,000 CP to pass me. Yeah! Crushing him. Suck it. Go play with your Python. I'm going to keep that rank 1.
Well, I mean, as long as you had certain scrolls, those A-rank scrolls, and you use those, you're good.
That's every month I buy all of the scrolls from the arena shop. That's what I buy.
Beautiful.
the material world and the demon demeanor and all the garbage scrolls. All my units have all that shit.
That's the way to go. I mean, I pushed my. Where am I at? I'm
I
at
hope nobody's
129.
watching the stream because I don't want them to know my secrets.
That's what I did to hit 1.9 mil. I mean, I'm missing what 30 something units, and I'm still at 1.9 mil. I'm missing 30 units. That's an easy like an extra what 100k CP right there. I could be 2 mil if I had everything.
30 units at average of 4k CP, so that's 120k
Yeah,
CP.
easily I could hit 2 mil if I had everything.
Like if I skipped one banner unit, I would drop like so many ranks. It's insane.
So
like I would love it if Artea passed me and I just could stop pulling on units I don't care about. Like I'll pull an Aqua and just drop to like 50th place. It'll be wonderful.
So Pen's saying that one of the rank 20 guys, Yun has almost every Awaken 5 unit to like 5 or 6 Awakenings. So I thought they had...
Same.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Awakening plus 5 or 6. That's still a lot of money, but I mean, I think Aces is right. We'd have to look, though. We'd have to take a look at one of their boxes on the top end and see what their Awakening plus looks like. I'm curious now.
Awake. Like that's like Artea. Like I told you, he's gonna break down. He's gonna max out his Daviaga, and then his box will be all max awake again. Like that's not that big.
He's still got to pull on Valeria to get that last A, unless he
Yeah,
didn't use any shards there.
All the Asian players in the top 20, they have everything maxed. They're just lazy and don't bother with their like crappy battle road units, like whatever stump jump, you know. Like they're too busy saving lives over in China, so they don't max awake all their crap units. But like anybody in the top 20 could destroy me because like I spend less money than most of those Thai and Chinese and whatever Malaysians. I don't know, all those people over there.
I'm almost done with nature. I just need to A8 one more unit and level up all these guys, and I'll get an extra agility on Jameer, so I'll be happy.
What's your nature rank right now?
Oh, let's take a look. I think I jumped up quite a bit. Where am I at?
Let me tell you, it's in nature. Like, so my rank in nature is 1. If I scroll down,
I'm top. Oh, 13.
You're 13?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there you are. Huh.
Well, because I have every unit. I mean, I just haven't bothered leveling and ranking them up until I noticed the agility for mastery rank, and now it's like,
Well, if you wanted number 1 nature, I'd let you have it because I have number 1 D.
No, I'm not. I can't get back there. I mean, let me see what I'm missing here, because I'm obviously missing something.
Do you have any of your A scrolls left? Have you used up all your A scrolls?
You're damn right. I used them all up to beat Banshee and CP. I went crazy.
No.
See, my Gracios is no Awaken, so that's CP loss there. And then I got lazy with some of the farming. Like I stopped farming some of these units to max.
Yeah, because Nivram and Jack teach all their A scrolls to slimes. Putty teaches all of his A scrolls to dragons. Like you could have taught all your A scrolls to nature.
I threw them all over the place. I think I put them on some practical units that might get some use out of them. Like I gave my A crack skull to Saruman Slayer. That's what I did. I did that for him. But what did I think I gave it to S-Star. Let me look. Where's my S-Star? Oh, here he is. He still needs... Did I give him an A-rank scroll? Or did I give him...
There's gonna be a banner for us.
I gave him a burst slash. I gave him some bang element attack for some reason. I don't know why, but I was like,
there's gonna be
that on him.
There's gonna be a revival banner for him, isn't there? And he's actually got a good blossom, so I'm gonna have to max him out.
Well, yeah, they're doing it where I think if you do a guaranteed 9K paid, you get 1 copy at least. So I'm gonna do that. Why not? I mean, maybe I get him sooner. I'll do the 9K. You know.
It took me 1.5 stamp cards to max PMS because mine was at Awake 3, and then his blossom came out, and obviously I had to have him maxed for RTA. So it took me like 1.5 stamp cards to get him to Awake 5. So all these blossoms, that's how they get you. It's like you have to pull again when they come back. It's so dumb.
But it's not a bad thing because it takes units that would no longer have any value and it brings them back to the table. Because otherwise,
Yeah,
Dark
but
Lord
you're
would never have.
again.
Yeah. Well,
That's the thing is you spend again. Like I didn't care about PMS, and then he got his Amazing Blossom, and I had to spend again to max him. Same with S-Stark,
see,
Revival
because
Bank.
I went hard towards the beginning, he was already max awakened. I didn't have to spend
Yeah,
again for
your
him.
S-Stark. Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, Zoma was good. I didn't have to spend on him. You could see where, like, if they do Nocturnus next, which I think they will, I'm not gonna have to spend on Nocturnus. He's maxed. He's good. Human
Yeah,
Sorrow, I might spend on S-Stark. They're gonna get me on a little bit with the guaranteed, but like one guy's like, I need to go chase Terry. I'm like, what awakens your Terry? Oh, 0. You're gonna go chase on an old unit to get fucking. I'm like, don't do that. No, you've got Solo out. Go get Solo. Like Jesus.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of whales use Terry. Mine's only awake 3, so I don't know. Like the only thing he has is the Indomitable Spirit, like Sorrow.
But let's see. I'm excited about S-Stark, so let's put my best agility gear on him. And let's see where he's at, because he's going to get some stupid agility.
He's going to be fast after his Blossom, even with just the base nodes.
Yeah. So right now his agility is 612. I can get him one more awakening. That's going to be another 25. And then he gets
actually
the agility.
That's actually really impressive for a 2-year-old unit.
Yeah. Plus, I'm going to have another... Once Toga comes out, I'm going to get another Dark Lord. Yeah, the next one's agility. So he's going to be over 700 because he gets what, two agility buffs or something? I forget what it is. 2 levels, or is it just one? Something stupid.
Yeah, I don't pay attention, but yeah, he'll be good.
So he's going to be a good Bliss unit.
I forget what his Blossom skill is.
It's another like physical Zam attack, something with like a shotgun range. It's like, I think it's like Astaroth level. I have to go back and look at the video.
Okay, yeah.
And he's getting more regen too, so he's going to be a good unit again.
Pen says big Zam thing.
Yeah,
thanks, Pen.
big Zam shotgun. And then on top of that, I got to do a video on that new game mode that's coming out because people need to get ready on that. You'll be fine. You've got plenty of units. Arteo will be fine. He's got all the units maxed for the most part. But most people, like if you're skipping out on mastery and you're skipping out on like leveling up and ranking up stuff, especially with the 3x campaign going on, like this is the only time I've ever skipped on maxing an S rank unit, and it's because of the campaign going on. Like I don't have Estelle maxed. I didn't even give a fuck about her.
Really?
Illusion's good. If you're free to play, you haven't finished this unit yet, fucking get Illusia max like right now. Like the amount of stupidity you can do. You take her, you take Diamond, you take Terry, and then you take like Dai and Solo and you throw them in there with her buffs and her heal and Terry's buff and his heal. Like I did most of the EX content just with those 5 units.
Why is your Purvis awake 0?
Because I really just got him. Well, let's here. Take a look when I got fucking Purvis here.
He is common pull now.
Yeah, I got Purvis at that point. There you go.
What the hell? That's ridiculous.
And I got Valeria on free tickets twice, so I'm pulling on her banner now to get another awakening. They've got me spending on this.
Yeah, my Purvis is plus 13, so however long ago he became common pull. It's so crazy to me that some people don't have units max.
And to be honest, I didn't pull him because I went into the shop and I did.
Did you take the Purvis?
I had to buy the Purvis out of the shop to get him.
Are you kidding me?
No. Well, you take a look at my thing here. It says I bought this. That's the Purvis one. That's the only. I literally paid 900 gems to get Purvis.
Yeah, I haven't bought that one.
Well, there you go. You can get some more CP right there. You go buy it.
No, I've skipped all those.
No. You've got 1K pay gems there, sir. You can get some free materials and stuff and a little extra points.
No,
you gotta keep that rank 1.
I'm not even buying orbs anymore. Like I don't need orbs anymore. Like Artea, I don't know if Artea has over 40 orbs and he does not need to rank anything.
I believe him.
I have 6 orbs and 48 crystals now, and I don't need to rank anything.
I'm out of crystals again, and I need more iris badly.
Yeah, the illustrious crystals, I have 48. My irises are almost at 300, which seems low compared to other people who have been farming, but I don't have anything to rank.
I'm at
so,
like 40 irises, but I do have shit to rank. Like, because you can see here, I've neglected things for a while. I just started doing the A
wait,
ranks
scroll back
again.
up. I want to see those units S units that you need to rank. Scroll back up. I want to see.
Well, there you go. I mean,
Making suggestions. Awake Zero Mina sucks. Awake One Bianca sucks. Deb sucks. Deborah is actually, you could probably use her on 47 BD 47.
instead of Ricard?
BD 47. Her and Rickard make that a trivial. The Guild Digger you can use at Awake Zero and GVG for the stun on dragons if you bait. Let's go back up. Angelo has got a blossom, so he's actually going to be good soon.
Yes, I'm kind of tempted to try and shard him because he's going to have a good blossom.
What? Wait, your Ann Lucius now? Is that the new Ann Lucius? Scroll up.
That's the new one.
Yeah, Maxer and shard her.
I don't have any shards.
Do it anyways.
I are out of shards.
She has a battle rose, so max her now and then shard her when you get the shards. She is amazing.
You're probably not wrong about that. And I mean,
she is so fucking good. She's so worth it. She's so broken, honestly.
Well, I only have enough for.
She can die like 4 times, and she's just like, whatever, fuck you.
Let me do. I can get her to S7 right now, and I'll put her in the battle road for later.
Yeah, no, she's broken. Even at S1, like the triple undying. Whenever you're able to actually no, the triple undying is her base perk.
Oh.
Her awake 1 perk is like some kind of a stat buff.
Huh. Oh, like getting stats on a turn.
Yeah. She's got like the solo stat buffs, like the stat buffs, whatever they are.
And that's about it. Everything else I've got to S8 just holding on to.
Yeah, let me look at Ann Lucia here. So she gets perk. So yeah, her heroic rebirth is her base perk. That's what saves her 3. She can take 3 deaths. So at awake 1, she gets surging strength, which is attack, defense, wisdom, agility on odd turns. So she gets like the standard Erdrick solo, whatever, all the heroes, that buff she gets. So that on turn 2 she gets super nasty.
Well, I'm gonna do that while we're here. Just throw her in there, and we'll just
Yeah, do it. She's really good, and as soon as you can shard her because she's broken.
Oh, that's more CP right there. More points.
Yep.
Oh, I need more iridescent fucking crystals for nature. I need 1 more, and I'm good. I just gotta level everything. This plum line was pretty good. I drank it already.
Yeah, I drank both my beers. I was double fisting. They're both gone.
Well, there you go. If anybody's going to get double fisted, it's going to be, well, actually Pack Demon. Who am I kidding?
Or Duran Man, yeah.
Or Duran Man, because he doesn't have an emergency fund, and that's how he's going to get an emergency fund.
Awesome.
Okay, so what have we learned here, boys and girls? Peter spent a lot of money, but he hasn't spent as much as Artea, and he has an emergency fund, and if shit goes wrong, he isn't going to lose his house. Unlike Duran Man, who spent a fraction of the amount of money, has no savings, no future, nothing. I worry about you, Duran. I want you to do well. You're like a step up from Hex in the race car bed there, buddy.
So true. Yeah, no, it's weird. Like it's the only gacha I've ever played, so it definitely, you don't even realize it's so insidious. It sucks you in. I mean, it's the community, right? Like, it was just a game. Like, who cares? Nobody will play it.
Well, it's like Installation mentioned. When he got onto the Discord, he started spending more. Piova started spending more with the community. If you have nobody to brag to, nobody to do things with...
Exactly.
I wouldn't have... Hell, I got rank 1. I got sucked in early to spend a lot of money. I got to brag and throw my dick around. Yeah, Lady Kage keeps Kage from living under a bridge. It's fucking true.
Yeah, it's good for her.
I don't have fucking self-control without being able to have like a fucking Jiminy Cricket Because if
That's the benefit of being married, yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, good fucking financial advice.
Yep. Yeah, no.
Well, for me, it wasn't the PvP though. It was just I got rank 1 day 1, and then it was like, ooh, how did I get rank 1? What the hell? Like, oh, okay. And then the CP wars began.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't start really spending until I joined the guild. Honestly, I don't think. And then you're like have to feel like you're, providing some value to your guild mates. And then everyone's like, "Oh, who's this guy?" And you got to show off to everyone else. And yeah, it's
Plus,
all about
they do like the announcements when people get polls and banners. They're smart.
Yeah, it's all about ego. Yeah, it's all ego. Like anytime there's new content, I have to clear it on like day one. Like I feel bad if somebody clears content before me. Like I always try to clear Blossom Door 50 in the first day or two every month. Like I can't stand the idea that somebody clicks on my account and doesn't say 50. You know.
I mean,
It's
hell,
so-
look at not to. Well, I don't mind bashing AW. Who do I care? But look at what AW did to a lot of people. Look at what the competition's done to people. I mean, Starfall's another good one too because JM was locked out of his account for like 19 days. He said he had spent about 10K in the game at the point, which, knowing what we know now, when JM says he spent about 10K at that point,
Probably 4 times that.
probably
Yeah.
40, yeah, probably a lot more. And then after he got back into the game, he just went back to spending as usual. Like,
Exactly.
the guy's great and all, but it's just like there was no real lesson learned there. Like, you almost got cut off from everything you spent and did, and then went right back to it, and the game even blamed you and had you thinking that you did this to yourself, which I can't see him doing that. With that amount of money spent in the game, that amount of care, I can't see him accidentally deleting his character like that. Just
Yeah, like
Just-
if that
just
happened to
felt
me,
wrong.
I would take that as a message from God, and I would quit the game if I was locked off for 20 days. I'd be like, "Goodbye, guys. Nice knowing you."
yeah, you would have went and played something else, did something else, which, if it ever gets to it, we'll find other fucking games to play, Peter. There's other shit out there to play that you don't have to get sucked into this. I mean, hell, you can go play Baldur's Gate 3. Apparently that's really good. It's coming out in PlayStation next month. It's on PC. You spend $60 on it, and you get like a good 100 hours of gameplay. When's the last time you paid $60 on a game and got more than 3 seconds of enjoyment?
I honestly do not play games. Like the only I played this and Boggle on my iPhone. Like I do not play games. It's
So
weird.
then what made you want to spend on this game then? Was it just the
I don't
Dragon
know.
Quest name or
Literally, the only game I've ever played is Dragon Quest One. I've played a lot of Final Fantasy games, and every few months I would randomly go in the iOS shop and look for Final Fantasy games for iPhone. I'm like, oh, like I actually wanted to play the Game Boy game Final Fantasy Adventure 2, which has a different name. It's like the original name is something Japanese. Romance something Romance Saga.
Yeah, I think I remember
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
And I keep looking for that, and they have not released on iOS. But then I just searched for Square Enix to see if they released anything interesting. I came across Dragon Quest Tech, and I was like, oh, I love Dragon Quest 1 with the slimes and the Drakis. Like, literally the only game I ever played. And I was like, okay, I'll play this. And yeah, after a few months, it just gets you, you know? This is the only game, it's the only game I ever played. Like, they got their hooks in me. It just worked, you know?
And they've got
It's
that
true.
data for life, and it'll follow you. They will send advertisements to you. They will try and get you into something else down the road. And realistically,
No,
That's-
it's one and done for me.
you say that now, but then did you ever think you'd be spending this type of money on this game?
It's all about the community and just showing off
Just
and
be
my
careful.
pride.
Just
Like
be,
I don't
you know.
actually like that game that much anymore. It's annoying. I hate RTA. Like we had our first platinum last month, so GVG has all of a sudden become like
Well, what do you
regular.
need the fucking gems for anyway, Peter? Like you don't need the gems. You don't.
No, but it was the pride. We were
Ah.
we were one of the only 2 guilds in global that had all masters, and we don't have that anymore. So it's kind of like, now it
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
even think Starfall has that. I think they got platinum ones too.
No, everyone keeps saying that, but they've always been masters.
Maybe you're right.
They've always been masters. I know people keep thinking they've had a platinum, but they're lost that people keep
is a
talking
Master
about
2 one, right?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
in.
Okay, so they've never lost AW in the qualifiers. They've always
Yeah,
beaten AW. Huh.
exactly. So we were one of the two remaining guilds that were all masters, and then we got so burned out fighting that one Asian guild that when we got White Cats, we were just like nobody wanted to stream. Marcos had unbelievably shit luck in his match, and we were just like, "Fuck it, we're done," and we just YOLO'd the
And
rest
now
of our match.
Marco plays Final Fantasy 14. He's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go play this subscription game, $15 a month. Good luck, guys.
So yeah, no, now it's like I'm wondering, I'm like struggling to know what I care about. Like PVE, I just like I can auto most PVE now. They have to try to compromise between F2P and whales when they make new content, so it keeps getting easier and easier. So you can just auto all PVE now. And like PvP, I just don't care about any of it. So now I'm struggling to think about like why I even care anymore. You know?
I mean, I'm able to brute force most of the PvP, and I don't, or not the well, I'm able to brute force the PvP. Let's be honest, but I'm able to brute force the PvE most of the time. I mean, it's now that I have Diamond Slime to like 3 Awaken, I could just use the turtle strat, and now Lucia's out. She has a chance to double buff. Cool, great. And then what element are they weak to? Are they weak to Zap? Okay, Die and Solo go in. Are they weak to this? Okay, I'll use these units. Are they weak to magic?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I can bring in Vern and Zoma. It's like I've got options.
But like even the one thing this event, the Sorrow Tower type event where you have to pick different units for each stage. Like a lot of people hate that, but for me, I can go into every stage and just filter by a specific element and pick 5 units and just auto.
Well, yeah,
So
'cause
like
you've
if you
got everything maxed out.
exactly, yeah, if you have every unit in the game and they're all maxed awake, you can just make a rant like, and I'll save the whaliest units for the last couple stages. So I'll filter by Zam and throw in like Barbados and like Mina and like a bunch of crap Zam units.
Right, because you've got them to S8, you've got their skills up, you've got it to
Exactly,
where they
yeah.
can actually put some work in.
Yeah, so like the all out battle, whatever it's called, like it was so easy for me. Like filter by element, throw them in auto, and then for the last couple of stages, then I can go with the whale units and just obliterate the final boss. And that used to be hard, like the original AOBs, Sorrow and all those others. Those used to be super hard because you were extremely limited and you had to be smart. I know what's his name? Not the guy who kept making all the YouTube videos, the budget
Nocturne?
units. Nocturne, yeah. Nocturne made amazing guides like 2 years ago on
He
these.
still makes them.
Yeah, but now it's weird. Like I even used to record videos, and now I don't really record videos anymore because it's all just me showing off whale units. Like I don't really have any value to offer people anymore. With
I mean, some of the stuff he's ranked up, it's like, oh man, I hope I have this to A8 or S8 because if I'm going through and trying his strategy out, some of the times I don't even have the units he has ranked out. I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll just figure out my own strategy. I'm lazy. I'm like, I'd like to replicate what he's doing, but it's like, I just didn't rank everything up that he did. I don't know if other people did as well.
Yeah, like all the videos I record now are just showing off basically. Like I did BD29 with 1 unit. It's just die 2 can auto BD29 now. It's not a guide. It's just showing off.
Guide, you spend lots of money. Done.
No, exactly. Like I can't offer value in more videos. Like a year or 2 ago, I recorded some videos that are actually helpful, but now it's like
I can't do guides. I mean, if I do a guide, it's going to be like, okay, well, I just powered through this. Can you replicate this with your units? No. My guide's worthless to you. And I'm not going to sit there and try and figure out an optimal way for people who don't spend money to do it because I don't care enough.
Yeah, I do have videos for BD25 with free units, but that was a strat I stole from Marcos. BD20 with free and BD40. I did record a BD40 with free units, and that was a horrible strat, but it worked. It was so bad.
BD40 is like one of the stupidest, easiest ones ever, too.
It is now, yeah. I remember like when it first came out. You had to do
because you have rank 8 now, it's a lot easier, which I think we'll get rank 9 by the end of the year in JP. I think rank 9 is coming.
with the whale, with the power creep, you can just rush
Right.
DL. But back in the day, you had to poison him, and it was shitty as hell.
Right. Now
And
you don't have to worry about that.
BD50 was like that for a while too. Like I had the best units available, but it still took like, a shit ton of like 25 turns for me. And now with MAM and Die 2, I can do BD50 in like 5 turns, and it's easy.
Oh, because you just use Factor Frizz, take off the healing, and just beat them up.
Exactly, yeah. And then Die and Solo and all those guys now do so much crazy damage, Yeah, my hardest stage now is honestly BD48 with Godwin. Like that one's that one's the hardest stage now, which is really weird.
That's funny.
It's true, yeah. 40 is the worst. 49 is pretty annoying too because it takes a while, and 50 is the least bad out of those three.
Well, I mean, if I actually did get enough subscribers on here, I think 500 to get some super chats, 1,000 to make some money, I'd probably do more videos because then I could put some of that money back into the game. But right now, it's just like a hobby, and I don't know. I play other shit and do other things, I don't give as much focus and attention to this channel as I used to when I don't know, things were different. I mean, we had fun that one month where we were going for top 10 and I was getting angry because, I was spending 7 hours a fucking day doing that.
Oh, the RTA, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of people who have spent too much money on this game, hey, Game Vision, what's up? Game Vision's like me. He spends on everything. Like, he'll play a game. He'll take what I do and times it by 10. I put maybe $300 in the Marvel Snap. Game Vision probably did $3,000.
I'm glad I don't even look at those games. I can't imagine that.
No. You would get hooked on anything at this point. You're like a fucking meth head. We just show you another game and you like it, and then that's it. There goes Peter. Peter's juggling two games at once.
No. I'm a boomer. I don't play games. There's just this one.
Yeah, we need to get you a better hobby, Peter. Maybe photography.
I did that for a while. I used to shoot burlesque and other live shows.
And what, you stopped doing it because the money wasn't there, or you just got bored?
No, it was COVID. Everything shut down in COVID,
Ew.
and then I've shot a couple of shows in the past 2 years, but it just dried up, and you got to do it regularly, otherwise people forget you. There's so many people who are like, "Oh, I'll shoot your burlesque show for free,"
Oh, yeah.
And I started charging money because you have to drive, and after watching enough burlesque shows for free, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, you gotta pay me now for me to make the effort. So no, I did photography for a long time, but not so much recently.
Oh, he's totally suspicious, Pen. He's on a watch list somewhere.
Not suspicious at all. What's that in reference to?
I think he means that you're a pervert.
He's
from France, so everything you do is perverted to him.
No, they're all clothed. I mean, it's very rare that you see nipples in burlesque. They all just wear outfits and dance and do skits and stuff.
Yeah, Pen, well, you gotta reverse this for him. Peter doesn't get any action.
The funny thing is, some of the very best burlesque acts I've seen were by guys, like either trans guys or cross-dressers or just guys, whatever. But they have some insanely creative skits. Like girls often, like I don't want to slam anyone, but ladies often will go by their looks and stuff. And the less attractive or less feminine a performer are, the more creative they have to be, and those acts are actually really entertaining. I actually like those acts a lot more generally,
So what you're saying is Pax probably acted burlesque to put some food on the table.
Pac would do amazing in burlesque. He would come up with some crazy act, Like one of the best photos I ever took was of a guy who did pole dancing, and I've got a photo of him where he looks like Superman because his arms and legs are like straight out, and like the pole is barely visible because of like it was so dark, and like his body was lit up by the lights, and he's just like, he was just like Superman, and he actually used it as like Instagram profile photo because he liked it so much.
Well, hear that,
I'm like,
guys? He's got pictures of guys on poles in his phone for you.
yeah, no, exactly. Like the guys, if they go burlesque, like they gotta hustle because that shit is hard. If you're like not the stereotypical hot lady who just shows up on stage and wiggles her butt, like you gotta actually be super creative and super skillful to get away with it.
God. All right. Well, with that being said, I mean, ultimately, Peter's spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money. If anybody else wants to come on, show some receipts, or give me some numbers to crunch, we'll go ahead and we'll run the numbers, and we'll all be disgusted.
Okay,
Yes.
did we actually give my total numbers?
So realistically, I estimated with what you had. Let me pull the calculator back up.
Right, so I'm going to do FPACs. I don't want to get 41, 77, 97, 124, 152, 176, 199, 214, 241, 260, 272, 277 FPACs in the past 1 year period. Somebody else can do the math because I did not want to reveal the dollar amount. That's why I calculated out as FPACs. But
I put it on the screen before. It's $21,000.
Oh my gosh! Don't tell me that. That like I could have paid off half my mortgage.
Although technically it was 22 something because there.
Oh my god!
It was
it's
a bit
so
more.
bad.
I actually went and
bad.
tallied everything up.
It's so easy to buy an FPAC, and you're just like, whatever, it's $80. And then you do it again next day, like that's only $8. Then you do it again, it's only $8. And then when you actually add it up, it's like, oh my gosh, I could have sent a niece or a nephew to college for this amount. Stupid.
I mean, realistically, I think you spent somewhere around 40 grand on this game overall with everything.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's something disgusting and awful.
So yeah, I would say.
What's with the wood paneling? It's just my wall, guy. It's like the house I bought has wood paneling. Like, what do you want? It's just how it is.
So I mean, you were averaging almost $1,500 a month on this game, give or take. And then with what I spent, let's see something here. What did we say my value was? Let me find mine here.
So dark, the lights went off in my house.
55
And I don't want to get up until the video ends.
50.
It's not a trailer. I own an actual house, but it's like it was built. I don't know when it was built.
I mean,
but it had like these wood paneling walls.
Overall, I've dropped about $175 a month on this game over the course of 30 months. So it's not as bad, but it's still that's a lot of money to throw on a fucking mobile game. Hey, it's a dog. You're getting Slime Kitty and Boosky aroused.
It's not a trailer. I have a couch, like an L-shaped expensive couch, and my dog is sleeping there on the couch.
He owns a
my not trailer.
And he has a decent emergency fund, so he's got money.
Yeah, and my cats have fucked off, so I can't show them. Yeah, no, it's not a trailer. It's an actual house covered in beer cans. But don't tell anyone about my emotional problems. Keep it between us.
So yeah, Duran Man I'm more concerned about than Peter, because again, just even if you've only done, oh yeah, it was way more aces, but like even if you did do an F pack a month, and you've been playing this game since the start, that's like $2,400 over the course of 30 months. Again, $80. You could have easily have socked away some of that money towards an emergency fund. I mean, at some point I feel like I need to get Duran on the show so we can actually build him a budget so he can live as an adult.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you've got, if you couldn't make an emergency fund and you're living paycheck to paycheck, there's something wrong there. Okay, so your emergency fund is a shotgun, and normal shotgun's worth like what? $400, $500? So that's not really much of an emergency fund, Duran.
Aces, it is not an FPAC a year. There are 360 days, and 233 FPACs is not an FPAC per day.
To be fair,
it's every day and a half.
to be fair, people who play these games and try and do numbers aren't good with them because they don't know what they spend.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going off the calendar year. Okay, well, no, he's technically right. I mean, he's going off the calendar year, so let me.
What? It's been 1 year. That's 365 days, 230 whatever F packs. That's less than 365. Right? Am I mathematically wrong?
Well, no, he's going off the calendar year, so I'm going and I'm putting in all the F packs you did for this current. Well, no, because he counts some of what we counted was a full year from August to August. So for the actual calendar year, Peter has spent. Let's find that number out. I'm actually curious about that now. So
yeah. Okay,
I see what he's going with. Yeah. So let's.
Yeah, 1
15,
second.
23,
Okay, so since January.
4, 28. So he's done.
So 52.
Oh shit, he's right. You've done
90,
yeah.
117, 121, can't add.
Holy fuck, he's right. You've done 231 F packs.
127, 136, 153 since January. So 153 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 180, 192 days.
Just do these numbers one more time. Make sure I got this right.
Yeah, so 57, 75, 90, 117, 136, 140, 153 in whatever number days I just said, 190.
Yeah, okay, 153. That makes more sense. And then times that by 79.
So, okay, so it's increased a little bit in that time period. It's still not an F-pack per day, but it's definitely terrifyingly
So for just the calendar year, you've dropped $12,000. Just the start of the year.
Too much. I mean, in my defense, I did have a massive influx of cash in March between
we're 8 months in.
Work bonus and my tax returns.
So yeah, I was right. You're averaging about $1,500 a month. So that number I threw out there before, like 40 grand or whatever, that's probably what you've spent if you've kept the baseline. So about 40,000 since the start. Yeah, 40, 41, somewhere in that ballpark is where you've spent.
Probably fair. It's way too much,
I mean,
honestly.
You're not homeless. You've got an emergency fund.
Yeah, but it's pretty stupid. It makes
it is. I mean, hell, even 5K. I mean, 5K is a fucking mattress at this point, a really good mattress. And, I spent it on this stupid game. But if I didn't spend it on here, I would have spent it on something else. That's just how I fucking roll. I don't know what you would have done with the money.
Maybe I will give my account over to Pac.
Nah, you know what? You should give it to somebody who would really cause problems. Not give it to Pac, but who is somebody who would end up having a real gambling problem if you gave them the account.
Oh my God, no!
Yeah,
I would give it to someone who's extremely smart and responsible, like Wyvern.
You would turn that man into a gambling addict overnight. That's actually probably the smartest one. Yes, you would give it to him. Money.
He can't even.
Oh, he'll find a way. He'll find a way.
He can't even buy gems in this country.
That didn't stop Shark Eye. Shark Eye's in Belgium.
I've tried to send money to Wyvern and I just couldn't. Like, he can't even accept money.
What country is he in that he's so locked down? Is he in North Korea, for fuck's sakes?
Greece.
Oh. I didn't know Greece was more locked down than Belgium. I mean, yeah, we can teach him how to spend. It'll be okay. We'll get Shark Eye on. He'll teach him how to bypass things, and we'll turn him into a gambler. We'll ruin the last free-to-play. Who's only a free-to-play because he can't spend. See, that's the thing. Now I understand why he's free-to-play. He's in a country where they have huge restrictions and he can't do anything because at some point he would have spent on this game if he could. They would have got him too, I think. Jesus Christ.
So what are the lessons we've learned besides that I've burned a lot of money stupidly?
I think we've all burned a lot of money stupidly and that you guys need to learn how to budget. And I don't have to have a talk with you about having a safety net or some other plans. Can you close
my calendar app? It's depressing me.
Oh, yeah, let's just remove the calendar from here.
Yeah.
Calculator. Let's not look at that money.
I'm like looking around, playing my hair, trying not to look at the
Don't look at the $41,000. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I mean, what could you have done with that $41,000 anyway? Your life's a shit show.
Paid off my mortgage. I could have paid off my mortgage and not had any debt at all.
Wait, how much money is left on your house mortgage? Do you know?
I only bought this house like 3 years ago, so I mean it was inexpensive comparatively. Hence the wood paneling walls that what's his face is mocking me for.
So wait,
But like,
how much is the house? Do you remember?
I bought it for 69 grand.
Okay,
Nice.
so you bought it for 69 grand. And how much of that have you paid off already?
In 3 years, I don't know, because they screw you by making you just pay the interest in the beginning, and you don't get
Do you
the
know what the monthly payment is? If you had to
yeah,
ballpark.
but it includes the taxes. So I think I'm only paying like 350 per month on the actual house, and another it's 700 and change. But that includes half of that as taxes. So I'm paying like
Okay, so
well,
750.
four grand a year on the actual house, excluding the amount that's going to taxes.
Okay, so for the mobile trailer you're living in, you you've
It's
spent
a house. It's got
sure.
2 floors in the basement
Okay.
and a fenced yard.
The place
And
where Chris Benoit killed his family, you've spent
oh my god.
27,000, and then you said about half of that actually went towards the house. So let's say about half. Let's do divided by 2. So you put 13.5 thousand into that out of 69,000. Let's
Yeah,
just
no, it would have been half paid off if I didn't play this game. I get it. I get it. I
actually
get
it would
it.
have been if you would have taken everything you spent, you still would have had about 13,000 left on here. I mean,
Oh,
let's just take 41,000 out of the equation. You're down to
I
14.5.
I do not need this information in my life right
I
now.
think you do. This will help you
This
in
is
the near
not
future.
knowledge I require.
I mean,
This is not useful information.
this is good information for you. I
All
mean,
right,
this will give you
give it
some
to me like
stuff.
this. How many 30 racks of Coors Light could I have bought with the amount I spent in the game? That's the real useful information.
Oh, let's go take a look here.
Let's just round it off to $25 per 30 rack,
Okay.
including taxes and whatever.
Okay, so
25
25
bucks per
bucks.
30
Oh,
rack.
God.
Tell me how many 30 racks of Coors Light I could have bought with how much I spent this game.
1,680.
Oh my god, I would have been so happy. I would have been so happy. Instead of streaming
I mean,
with
you would have looked
Kage.
like you were on the fucking Simpsons, but sure.
No, I know. Instead of streaming with you and these dumb videos on Sunday night, I would just be like a jellyfish just smeared out on my floor, just soaked in beer.
So how
It would've
much do
been
you
so
spend on
amazing.
alcohol a week, if you had to take a guess?
I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna tell you that.
No, you're just gonna tell me that you can't afford to pay off your home because you played a mobile game, but you can't tell me what you spend on alcohol.
It's probably 300 or 400 a month. I don't know.
Okay, so 300 or 400 a month. So let's look at that.
Oh my god, why did I tell you anything ever? I hate you so much.
Okay, so since the start of the game, let's say $400 times.
Kage, you're a
Times
menace. You're a disservice to society. I do not know why your wife is still with you.
So since the game's been going on, you spent about $10,000 in alcohol.
Well, that's not so bad.
That's not so bad at all, but that's still 1/4 of what you spent on DQT.
Yeah. So we have established that Peter is a highly irresponsible, depressive drunk who
But-
swallows his insecurities in gacha games and booze.
But you're still not
I'm
as bad as
glad we
Artea,
all-
at least. You know, you're good
We all
there.
learned a valuable lesson in this. We all learned a valuable lesson. By we all, I mean nobody learned any lessons. Including me.
Well, I mean, I learned that Duran's super irresponsible. That's what I learned out of all this.
Oh, he doesn't drink though. Good for him. He's healthy.
Well, he doesn't have much of a choice. He doesn't even have an emergency fund. If he drank, God forbid, ends up in the ER, he can't afford it. Next thing you know, where'd Duran go? I don't see him on the Discord anymore. Oh, he's living in a fucking tunnel.
People try and guess where I live. Somebody said California. Somebody said Georgia. No thanks.
I can tell you where Peter lives.
No, somebody already said it. AA. I don't know who AA is, but he said upstate New York, and he's correct.
Oh,
Because
there you go.
I've doxed myself so many times.
So is Marco. Marco's doxed you.
No, Marcos doxed me. You doxed me. I've doxed myself. Pat had to edit one of his videos because I doxed myself on my real YouTube
I had to
account.
block your real name on here so you didn't accidentally come on here and say your real name.
I actually scrolled through the chat because I honestly could not remember which account I was commenting
I've
with.
got your back on that one.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, just purely by luck, it's got my DQT YouTube account connected to this right now.
So yeah, Peter spent a lot of money. I've spent a decent amount of money, and other people have spent a ton. If anybody else wants to come on here and you actually want to go through the numbers, what they've spent, where they're at, if they spent on other games too, I'm game to do this again. This was entertaining.
Yeah, this was fun.
And
Thanks for
I
inviting me.
think you actually learned a real lesson. And you know what? I think 6 months from now we'll do a recap and we'll see where you're at with your spending. So let's say, I don't know, March or April of next year. We'll come back and we'll reconvene. So
That sounds good
yeah,
to me.
we'll see where your spending's at that point and if you've learned anything or not.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys have a good night. Take care.